Discover yourself, who you are, what you can do in your life. Let's ask from brain to think and talk to act accordingly.
Welcome to Python tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be looking at how to plot bar chart using Python. So, what is bar plot? A bar plot, often known as a bar chart, is a graph that uses rectangular bars with lengths and heights corresponding to the values they represent to show a category of data. One of the axes of the plot represents the specific categories being compared, while the other axis represents the measured values corresponding to those categories. Let's talk about the some libraries which we use to create the bar plots. They are particularly helpful for the comprehension of important data from datasets and for the data visualization. Let's explore one by one at the code level. Example: start with Matplotlib library. First two lines are import statement. They are used to import Matplotlib and NumPy libraries of Python programming language. Next I have store labels of course categories in a way of name courses with their values of each course category. On the next line of code I have created the plot figure to specify the size of 10 by 5. Then by using this bar function, which is used to specify that the bar chart is to be plotted by using the courses column as the x-axis, which is referred to courses offered, and the values as the y-axis, which is referred to the student enrolled. The color attribute is used to set the color of the bars, maroon in this case. And finally I have plot show method on this bar graph to make it visible on screen. Next one is a Seaborn library. For this we will be working with the datasets instead of the hard-coded lists. Whenever we're dealing with means of data, we'll have some error padding that can arise from it. Thankfully, Seaborn has us covered, and applies error bars for us automatically, as it by default calculates the mean of the data we provide. Let's look at the code. First two lines are import statement. They are used to import Matplotlib and Seaborn libraries of Python programming language. On the next line of code that sets Seaborn style. Then import the classic Titanic dataset and visualize a bar plot with data from there. Then by using the bar plot function, which is used to specify that the bar chart is to be plotted by assigned x and y to sex and survived columns of datasets, and we use the data argument and pass in the dataset we are working with and from which the features are extracted from. And finally I have plot show method on this bar graph to make it visible on screen. Matplotlib Python library, which is used to design graphs, especially interactive graphs. It is mainly used in data analysis as well as financial analysis. Let's look at the code. To plot a bar plot in Plotly, we simply call the bar function of the Plotly Express (px) instance, providing the x and y arguments with valid data. Here, we have three categories, as a list that we've provided to the x argument and a few scalar values we've provided to the y argument. This results in a simple and intuitive bar plot. Now let's discuss some types of bar graphs. In this tutorial I have covered four commonly used graph: vertical graph, horizontal graph, grouped graph, stacked graph. Let's explore one by one. Vertical graph. In a bar graph, a vertical bar represents the data vertically. In such a chart, the data categories are shown on the x-axis while the data values are shown on the y-axis. Horizontal graph. In a bar graph, a horizontal bar chart represents the data horizontally. The data categories are shown on the vertical axis and the data values are shown on the horizontal axis. Grouped graph. A grouped bar plot is used to represent discrete values for more than one item that share the same category. Stacked graph. The stacked bar chart stacks bars that represent different groups where each subgroup is displayed by one on top of the others. It can be plotted by varying the thickness and position of the bars. Let's understand the concept of bar graph with real-life applications. Take an example of social media. Each user is represented as a vertex and two people are friends when there is an edge between two vertices. Similarly, friend suggestion also uses graph theory concept. Another one is Google Map. Various locations are represented as vertices and the roads are represented as edges, and graph theory is used to find shortest path between two nodes. Thank you for watching our video on bar plot with Python programming language. I hope you enjoy it.